Black businesses, stop playing yourself small. I think Black people overall play ourselves small. We are so used to getting little that we ask for little.
If you believe we can change the narrative, if you believe we can change our communities, if you believe we can change the outcomes, then we can change the world. I'm Rob Richardson. Welcome to Disruption Now. Welcome to Disruption Now. I'm your host and moderator, Rob Richardson. With me, excited to have my man, Roland Martin, from Roland Martin, Unfiltered. He's interviewed presidents. He's now got the only daily digital show that features all things Black, from sports to politics. I have the pleasure and honor of being on a regular contributor on the show. Roland, how you doing, brother?
Man, all good, all good.
I want to talk about a little bit of your legacy and talk about the current political environment as well. We've talked about a third reconstruction you have. That's a term that you've come up with. What is your feeling about how Black people need to approach this moment, no matter what industry they're in? Like, how would you advise them?
I am on Tuesday. I'm gonna do an hour conversation. Now, do an hour thing, and this is what I'm calling it: Black businesses, stop playing yourself small. I think Black people overall play ourselves small. We are so used to getting little that we ask for little. Yep. We're so used to, if y'all could do a $10,000 donation. No, ask for $1 million.
Exactly.
See, we walk in negotiating against ourselves because we don't walk in saying, no, this is my value. Oh, no, this is my value. I'm real clear on my value. And it's hard because we've been so devalued. And let me be real clear. We have been highly, let me unpack this right.
Right.
We have been highly valued. We were highly valued by white people during slavery. Follow me. We were highly valued. We fetched top dollar when we were providing services to them. We fetch top dollar when we are providing services in sports and
entertainment
on the production side, not when it's time to be a coach.
Yeah, something just with that very quickly. I'll say two things. Value often flows through us, but not to us.
And so,
right.
I've been saying this lately. Everyone has been able to monetize Black culture except Black
people. I mean, it is the god awful truth, and we got to get out of our narrative and mindset too, because we also have a mindset that it seems like it's productive. The thing, Roland, when people say you got to work twice as hard to get half as much, I'm like, no. We need to work twice as hard to get twice as much.
There you go. So if we accept the lessened value, meaning I have negotiated against myself and I ain't even walked to the room yet.
Yep.
So when a Negro like me comes along and I walk into the room with the look on my face and I say, that'll be $2 million. What? Well, this actually happened. Well, we've taken 20,000 and spread it among 5 Black newspapers.
Well,
I ain't them.
So you know what you should say? Well, pretend like I'm white and give me that
I ain't
money.
them.
And when people ask me treat me like a white man and give me that dollar.
I ain't them.
Yeah,
and here's the other deal. Rowan had a problem saying, I'm good.
Exactly.
I'll leave. See, they were like, oh, we ain't quite used to it. Did he say he'll leave? Yes. Like, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not on the auction block where y'all are setting the value. I'm on the auction block setting my own value and saying we ain't moving from it. And see, and that's what messes, and dude, this messes Black people up.
Of
Because
course it does.
I've had to deal with black people in corporate America, even in political advertising, who are like, whoa, dog, what you doing? I'm like, fool, what you think I'm doing? I know my value. And I'm like, you are worse than white folks I've had to deal with because you protected Stephen, you protecting their money, and you telling me how dare I?
They're the black gatekeepers. You know, I have a lot. I've talked about this on the show. The black gatekeepers, folks that, and obviously I like diversity and inclusion, but too often the diversity and inclusion heads or whatever you want to call them, they end up being just the gatekeepers to make their boss or make their organization look good, but they don't do nothing.
They can't. I mean, I've had black folks who can't handle. Like, did he just ask for this? Did he just ask for? Yeah, he did. And this is the look of my face.
That should be the look.
Yes.
Because look at the numbers.
I will walk away. You just nailed it. My deal is here. Roland is going to deliver this. Well, I'm sorry. Is there something else? Is there some other conversation we're supposed to have?
That's it.
And then because they are used to dealing with black people who are going to take less, that's what totally messes them up.
Yep, that is. But look, we got to get ourselves out of this. So get the mindset right about and understand our value going in. And you understand it, but we collectively have to get to that point to really understand our value. Yeah, a couple of other quick rapid fire questions. What's an important conviction you have that very few people agree with you on?
An important conviction I have,
or truth that you have that you hold that might be controversial to a lot of people.
Oh, what it truly means to be an unapologetic free black man. That is scary to black people. When I ran the Chicago Defender, I changed our masthead and added a tagline. The tagline was, I changed the design, the look, and everything. And the tagline was honest, balanced, truthful, unapologetically black. The investors, the guys who own it, the black millionaires out of Detroit, this is, how's this going to look when we go into these white ad agencies, unapologetically black? And I said, you think they don't know we already a black newspaper? I said, so you were essentially apologizing for blackness. They were afraid.
They're afraid. I've seen this play out. Say, I'm in a union, and there's a strong Italian contingent, and there's a strong Irish contingent. And they have no problem, and I have no problem with it. They have Irish events, they have Italian events. They want you to contribute to it. And when we go and talk about us, we got to go down with our head down, shuffling. No, we got to end that. We got to end that, especially if we want to make sure that we get the equity that we deserve.
Say, bro, I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you. No. Before we launch News One now, this actually happened. I still laugh at it, man. We were in Boston at the cable show. Alfred Liggins told me, I see you as our Walter Cronkite, our Peter Jennings, our Tom Brokaw. You can't wear African clothing.
Wow.
First of all, you ain't gonna tell me what I can't wear on my own damn time. That ain't gonna happen. I'm like, I can't wear. Now, mind you, I never wore African clothing when I did Washington Watch. I never wore it on the air. He was literally saying I couldn't wear African clothing off air.
Boy, black folks can be bougier than anybody.
And I was like, hell yes, I'm gonna wear African clothing. That's why I'm like, And I'll never forget, I remember I wore this black and gold outfit to the White House Christmas party. And man, when I turned that corner, he saw me, and I smiled. I went, "Dog, but you're not gonna sit here. I'm just because I'm the host of the show.
It's just sad you got black people telling black people not to be too black. I mean, that's
I'm not going. So that black people have been like, man, I get a little uncomfortable when you see unapologetically black. I'm like, cause your ass ain't free. That's why you're not free.
Two more questions, really quick. You have a group of advisors. They can be living or dead to advise you on life and business. Who are these three people and why?
One of them is still living, Jonathan Rogers.
Okay.
Any move that I make, I call Jonathan for advice and counsel. Jonathan, longtime mentor, fellow alpha, smart brother. Ronaldo Glover.
Okay.
He was a minority investor in the Chicago Defender. He went to Harvard with Reginald Lewis. He was a outstanding basketball player at Fisk, later became chairman of the board of trustees. I got a chance to know Ronaldo. He was great. He was blown away with me. He died of pancreatic cancer. I hate that I did not get to know Ronaldo. It was only a short period of time. Brilliant. You would call him and this is what he would say. And this was always his deal. How can I be of assistance? That was always his deal. How can I be of assistance? But brilliant. I really wish I knew Ray Glover longer. I wish, because I would call him about stuff. I would call him. I mean, he was a sharp brother.
Yeah.
I would say, I would add right now, and Ronaldo also was an alpha. I would add.
You gotta have to diversify your advisory board here, but go ahead.
The third person, I would right now, richest black man in America, Robert Smith. And now I want also an alpha. So my board of three.
Your board of directors is AAA. All right, we got it.
So, and I want people listening need to understand. They might say, all three black men. Yep. What are women? These are three black men I actually have relationships with. I know Oprah. Oprah sees me. She knows me. They send me stuff. Oprah and I don't have a relationship.
Right.
We have an acquaintance. Have I been to her house? Yeah, when she had her legacy deal in her outdoor amphitheater. Have I been in her house? No. I get invited to an event, a screening. My wife went instead of that. But the bottom line, I don't have a relationship with Oprah. So these are people who I've met. I've been in and see, this is the thing I tell people all the time. When somebody said, that's my friend, you been in their house? No, I ain't your friend.
Nope.
These are people I've been to their homes. We've sat down.
How was Robert Smith? And just quickly, what was he like?
Great guy. Smart, focused. Not the beauty of Robert is that
that's somebody I definitely want to meet. I was impressed by him.
He understood what happens when you black and you start making money, how white folks attack you.
Of course, they coming after you.
So he purposely flew under the radar until he sold his company and he had his billions locked up. That was smart strategy.
It was very smart strategy because they came after him right away.
There you go. He knew that.
Right away. I mean, I was like, okay, this can't be a coincidence. Like all of a sudden they're pursuing him. I'm like, geez.
So that's the deal. So we be those three individuals who I have known, who I've sat with, who I've talked to, I've bounced ideas off of. That's the three. Yes.
Final question.
All alphas.
All alphas. Okay. Final question. You have a billboard Google ad that is your slogan or saying. What does it say and why?
A Billboard slogan.
Billboard, just saying life, whatever.
Oh. It's how I in the show a lot of times. We keep it real. We keep it honest. We keep it unapologetically black. We keep it unfiltered.
And I think if you listen to the show, you know why you ended that way. Roland, brother, I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it, Rob. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, man.